I uh, uh, came from a panicking about a situation where I'm like, well, there's a conflict, there's an ongoing conflict, and the conflict will never like end, right? It's like it. There's a settle, but it's not, and there's nothing. I was gonna say there's nothing good that comes from it, but I think I have more clarity, so that's a good thing that happens. But basically, uh, I have been friends with these two people for several years. I've known them for several years, and I did consider them my friends at this point. They are married to each other. And we'd hang out and whatever. And one of them is of Jewish descent. This is important for the story. Anyways, October 7th, 8th, whatever, around that time happens. The October 7th. And I am posting anti-Zionist stuff. I am pro-Palestine and pro-Gaza. I am, yeah, free Palestine. I don't like apartheid. I don't like, genocide. I don't like, illegal occupation. I don't like what the Israeli government is doing. That. And I'm very staunchly anti-Israeli government. And I remember the first couple of days, I was not sure what to post because I was like, this is bad. And I also, I was like looking at so many things and reading so much just to like understand more. I mean, I was aware of, Israeli occupation before October 7th, but I wasn't fully I didn't know the full in-depth story about it. So I wanted to make sure I had things to say, but I wanted to make sure it came from, that that I had like a well-read opinion, because I wanted to post about it. It's not like, oh, I felt like I had to post. I wanted to post about it. And I was posting stuff, and I'm sure there's, maybe there's Zionist people that follow me, whatever. I don't know. But the friend at that point messaged me at some point and was like saying, hey, what you post is really harmful. And I had to like look back because obviously this person is Jewish, of Jewish descent. I don't know if they're practicing. I also didn't know they were of Jewish descent until after that. Like, he made a point to say, as someone whose grandmother or whatever, whose family member survived the Holocaust, this is very harmful, and this is very harmful. I'm like, first of all, you don't need to qualify your statement. If something is harmful, you should just say it's harmful, right? But I think he was trying to make a point, like, I know something about it because I have a family member who, but anyway, I'm like, it's a tangent. So, but obviously I was like, well, I obviously don't want to offend people, and I've spent a long time looking for posts and information that, number one, align with what I am thinking and want to say, and also to make sure that it's very clear what I'm saying. And I also made sure to like post I posted a lot of content about it. Like I posted I post things from every angle. I posted I'm anti-genocide, and I was talking about a lot of other countries that have had similar situations, and all of this stuff, the how it was interesting how with like how people were treating this versus Russia and Ukraine. I was talking about how I'm like specifically against the Israeli government and the illegal occupation, and how this does not mean that because you are anti Israel that you get to be anti Semitic. And also that if you, and that you should like anti Semitism and anti, uh, not me forgetting anti Muslim. What's anti Muslim? I forgot the word for anti Muslim. That's crazy. It'll come back to me. I'm always forgetting words. But basically, any hate is like not tolerated. We're talking about this like very important issue, and there are always going to be actors that like come in and try to co-opt it for their own weird means. Like a lot of weird grifters, like people who are already anti-Semitic, and so they're just gonna hop on the train and find or like use this as their vehicle to be anti-Semitic. Um, and I even reposted stuff that like that other Jewish friends had posted, because I was like, well, I feel like they know what they're talking about. But so I like had to like, I looked through my content, I looked through my stuff, the stuff I posted, I looked through my archives, because damn, wow, data is crazy. They'll tell you everything you ever posted. And I looked through that and I was like, the assumption I made was that he was a Zionist, and maybe that wasn't the best assumption to make, but I basically said, I am posting anti-Zionist and anti-genocide stuff, and that is my stance. And I didn't really hear from him, and I wasn't really sure. We didn't have a talk. It was not. This was all on social media. Anyway, I reached out to his wife because we were gonna go to a social event together, and we live near each other, so I asked for a ride, and I have asked for a ride in the past. And she basically said, yeah, he doesn't feel comfortable doing that, so we're not going to do that anymore. And I was like, okay. He didn't even like actually have a like real conversation with me. And so I didn't really get what his deal was. And he, I guess, didn't get what my deal was either. But I kind of left it at that, because I figured if he had a problem, and he should make it more clear what it is exactly that I am saying that is harmful or that seems harmful. Because just saying that what I've posted is harmful, and I've posted like 100 million things, right? And every single time I post something, I'm like, especially on that, I'm like, I need to like, I'm looking, I'm reading, I'm like making sure everything is like, because I'm like, this is a lot, and especially a lot specifically around that time. And I left it at that. Not friends anymore, didn't follow each other anymore. Just like weird vibe. Never like talked to him really. But we run around in the same circle, same social circle. I was seeing him more often. I guess he was like in town more often, whatever. But he would say hi and how are you doing to me, and he would like hello, like give like a hello hug or whatever. I was like, I felt uncomfortable and weird because we don't talk to each other. We haven't talked to each other. And this whole time I'm thinking he's a Zionist, and he probably thinks I'm anti-Semitic, whatever it is. And today I finally texted him, and I was just like, I texted him, and I hadn't texted him the whole time. We haven't had a real conversation. And I texted him, and I was like, I'm like, I'm not sure, like, are you just trying to be polite, or you're trying to say hi? Like, I don't know why you're being friendly. And he basically said, yeah, I'm just trying to be polite. I still haven't gotten over what you posted. And I was like, so again, I'm not really sure what I posted. Like, can you tell me what it is? And he said I posted a swastika. And I'm like, what? I panicked. I was like, That's no, I would never do that. I mean, I didn't text him that, but I did go through my story archives again. I went through my story archives the first time when he like said that like over a year ago, and I went through my story archives again. I spent 20 minutes scrolling all the way back from October to January of October 2023 to January 2023, and I looked through everything I ever posted on my story, and I didn't see a single swastika anywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I text him back and I'm like so sorry that you saw something. I don't know what it was. I did check my story and I did not see a swastika anywhere. I'm not denying your experience. I'm sure you saw something. I'm not sure what it was. I'm so sorry. But I'm here to tell you it was not from my story. And he said that he was just clicking through, and that he saw maybe something I saw, and then an account from something that I posted had a swastika in their post. Doesn't explain like what was said in the swastika, or what if it meant like, hey, this is anti-Semitism. Like, I don't know. There's like many reasons. Like, I don't know what it was, but I don't follow alt-right accounts. I don't follow Nazi accounts. I don't follow anything that would post hate speech against Jewish people. So he just said that, and I'm just like, this is like very weird. So he ended a friendship over a swastika that I didn't post from an account that I don't follow. And the only thing I can guess, because my memory is not good, the only thing I could guess is if like the swastika was like, hey, this is anti-Semitism, being Zionist is anti-Semitism too. And I know that there was like some rhetoric of people saying, well, this is like very akin to like how Nazis in World War II were moving in terms of like whatever. I know there was like some rhetoric there. I don't think I posted that. I didn't post anything like that. I kind of pretty much stuck to the government is doing bad stuff, and leave brown people alone. And obviously I was going to be defensive because he said I posted a swastika. And then I had to I'm like, I have the receipts. I didn't post it. But it's over.